Ready. Play.
But let's just start with the big story here. Obviously, the first player in the draw, Jannik Sinner. He's just coming back. We don't really know anything about his game. I mean, we know that he had that like weird, training ban or whatever it was, but it probably doesn't matter much. He was still able, he wasn't able to train like official clubs or something like that up until middle of April. But nobody was obviously stopping him. Anyway, nobody was stopping him from just practicing on his own. And he's been working hard to return. And now we basically just have to ask the question, like, how quickly is he going to be back? And also, is the draw allowing him that sort of space to, just play one weaker match or two and potentially still be in the tournament by then?
Yeah, obviously that's the biggest story, and kind of his draw was going to dictate whether he might struggle the first couple of rounds, just because he's just been out of the match rhythm for 3 months. But then you'd kind of think once he'd get through the first couple of rounds, he's so good that he can sort of just go through the gears and then maybe even win the tournament. That's kind of how I was looking at it. But then I think the draw on the men's side compared to the women's is more balanced, where it's like all three of the top seeds, they all have like some difficult tests along the way. So I think Sinners is like that as well. We can get into it now, but like, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think it'll be like smooth sailing for him.
I need to show the Sinner draw because we're talking about it now. Anyway, here is Jannik Sinner, and obviously Mariano Navone is the likely opponent in the second round, as you guys can also see in the title of this video even. But yeah, I mean, this honestly looks pretty deadly to me. Navone, then Davidovich Fokina, then Cerundolo.
Navone is going to make him hit a lot of balls, so that could be good for him, or it could be tricky.
I expect his standard to be high, but just Navone, Davidovich Fokina, Cerundolo, it's really not that easy. China is not a typical clay courter, no, but I don't really think he has the weight of shot right now to trouble someone like Sinner, maybe not even someone like Navone.
Yeah, it's kind of like Zverev's draw in Madrid last week with the Davidovich Fokina Cerundolo thing back to back. And I think Fran and Jannik played each other in 2023 in Rome, and Cerundolo has a confidence of getting the win there. Obviously, Sinner is much better than he was 2 years ago, but still, he was the top player back then too. So that's kind of the one that I'm circling, Cerundolo in the fourth round. I see that as like the trickiest, just based on form from Cerundolo all year, basically, and also just how big the forehand is and how confident he is right now. And then ADF, I kind of expect the sets to be close, and you kind of expect him to trouble the top player, but then not really win. That's kind of his reputation.
The Djokovic Roland Garros match, right, is like the perfect example, I think.
Or the Zverev match last week in Madrid.
Yeah, I guess that's like even closer. But Djokovic Roland Garros, I think, was like 3 sets, and every single set was super close. But yeah, just no cigar. But yeah, most certainly, Davidovich Fokina and then Cerundolo is back to back is extremely tough, and Zverev just showed us why. Both of them in great shape. Yeah, unless Jannik is like not ready to play, I still think he will probably pull through some matches here. But it's definitely tougher than the potential, like, I don't know, well, tougher than the average draw, let's say, he could have gotten. And then Nicolas Jarry, yeah, let's actually mention him with Joao and Jake also mentioning for him. Also talking about him. So basically in the live rankings, he's outside the top 150 right now. So that's a jump of like 100 spots. He is defending 650, well, technically 640 points, since he's going to get 10 for even losing to Gaston here. Obviously, me and John just watched him in Estoril. Was it pretty? Was it good? Was it bad? I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like, basically, the guy was just playing like Nicolas Jarry, just come out, blast a big ball. When he had the moments, like, I don't know, 15 minutes when everything was clean and everything was coming together, he was unstoppable, but it was just far too little of that. And if right now I'm going to have to say whether he defeats Francisco Cerundolo, I mean, it's not a great chance.
No, I don't like his chances really here to get out of Gaston and Cerundolo back to back as it stands right now. But if he gets through that, then maybe Tiafoe might actually be more winnable for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he gets through Cerundolo, the fourth round seems to be very makeable, and then you've got potential. Last year, Sinner and Jari they played each other recently too, but I was just trying to say that never mind.
Australia first
I
round,
got
yeah.
lost. Yeah, Australia first round and Beijing first round as well. So Jari was a little unlucky to draw Sinner in two recent events, which probably also contributed to the fact that he has so few points right now. Well, let's maybe mention this part of the draw as well, because I think once Sinner is able to get through the second round, third round, fourth round, it would kind of ease for him, like just because, I mean, Shelton, Corda, they're so, I don't know, just like mercurial on clay courts. Berrettini just retired in Madrid, and you've got Ruud, who of course is coming off the biggest title of his career, phenomenal achievement, fair play to Casper. But at the same time, we don't know how he's going to progress with it into Rome. It's one of these situations as well where, like, if Casper loses early in Rome, who cares now? I mean, he's already fulfilled everything he wanted on the way to Roland Garros. He's still going to be a top 10 contender for Paris. So I guess I'm not really seeing anybody here who would be able to defeat Jannik once he gets going.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.